Your daughter stopped by the house the other day. She was concerned about her grandfather, your elderly dad. She said she saw Granddad driving down a straight part of the highway yesterday, and then he quickly swerved into the left lane. But thank goodness he immediately straightened up the steering wheel and then remained in his lane. You tried asking some clarifying questions, but your daughter's responses were somewhat vague. Your daughter finally put her heels down and demanded it was time to take the keys from Granddad. She said you need to do this immediately to protect everyone in the community as well as Granddad. And don't you forget about protecting yourself, she continued, because if something bad happens, I'll have to tell everyone I told you beforehand and you did nothing, she said. So, you begin thinking about how to approach your dad on the subject to get the keys out of his hand. We all know fear. Fear is a tool that can cause us to do things that we would not ordinarily do. For example, we hear that a snowstorm is coming and everyone is cleaning out the grocery counters. Although you can't think of anything you really need, you stop by the grocery on your way home from work and stand in a long line to purchase some more toilet paper. An item that, once you regain your sanity, you realize you overreacted at the moment and the purchase was unnecessary. Furthermore, when manipulation by another is added to the tool of fear, things become complicated quickly. Fear is closely followed by its close neighbor, panic, and you now have a true mess on your hands. However, your training with the Stoicess leads you to be calm in this situation. You know to use your rational brain when caught off guard. As with any grave situation you face, you need time to work through the issue before responding. In this case, you realize your daughter is trying to be helpful, but she is only presenting one side of the story. You know you'll need to talk with your dad to see if he remembers and can give input. Also, you'll check with trusted friends to see if they have witnessed such odd driving behaviors recently by your dad. So, as your daughter sees your typical steadfast disposition of listening without reacting, she becomes frustrated and ups the ante by making pointed comments toward you about being uncaring. For you, this is simply more evidence about the character of the person making the accusation about your dad. Evidence you add to the pot that you will be mulling over for several days to reach your unbiased decision. Now, using my Stoic storytelling method. My parents' driving is scary. Should I do something? The first thing to do, don't get worked up. Marcus Aurelius. For in the same way you judge others, you will be judged, and with the measure you use, it will be measured. Jesus. I will be slow and methodical in evaluating the situation. I realize this is a grave decision that could have a major impact on my dad's mental well-being. The character trait I improved was administering justice when my actions likely have a significant negative impact on another's life. Thank you for sharing your mind with me. For your continued success, hear my secret. When sitting in judgment of another, take your time, for soon you may be judged against your druthers. Now relax, control your mind, and be as you wish to seem. Empower. Remember, it's the situation keeping my connection with him. I'm Lori Stith, the Stoicess, and I believe in you. If you like what you mentally now see, join my website to learn and think like me at stoicmatchmaker.com.